Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Amy from Neurotic Mom Bakes, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. This one is a really fun tutorial that we're doing today. It's a great one to do with your kids. We're making fruit pizza, and growing up, this was like a favorite of mine. I used to beg my mom to make it or ask her if I could make it all the time because it's really easy. All you need is some sugar cookies, some sugar cookie dough. You can either use my recipe, which I will link here, or if you're in a hurry, there's nothing wrong with using store-bought cookie dough. And just cook it according to the directions, let it get nice and cool, you know, usually in a shape of a, I will cut out the dough before baking rather than cutting it out after. And you see I have this really large cookie right here. You can even do mini ones. Lots of variations. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna serve it on this cute, like, wooden serving tray, but I'm just gonna put some wax paper underneath just so it's easily removable and it's not in contact with that surface. And then I will show you how to make the cream cheese sauce frosting, which is delicious. And then just show you some fun different ways that you can decorate this pizza. Let your cookie cool down completely before trying to move it. There we go. There's that. I'm gonna set this one aside for now. And I'll move this and let's go ahead and make our cream cheese frosting. So you can use a stand mixer or a hand mixer, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna get my cream cheese softened completely to room temperature. Place it in a bowl. Now I'm going to begin pouring. I'm just gonna eyeball. I'm gonna start with about a cup. That looks like a cup and a half. We're gonna start with that. You're welcome to measure. I've just gotten really good at eyeballing cream cheese frosting and American buttercream. And it kind of just depends on the consistency that you like. It doesn't have to be as scientific as you know, baking something in the oven or other types of buttercream. You can make this as thin or as thick as you want. I'm gonna just start mixing. Okay, it looks like it's not coming together and then all of a sudden it just all comes together. Like that, magic. Okay, I don't think I want it any thicker than that. I'm gonna get some milk out. And at this point, I'm just going to add, I'm gonna start with 1 tablespoon again. I just eyeball, this is about a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon at a time of milk. I'm gonna add a splash of vanilla and a pinch of salt. I'm gonna mix this up. So you want a nice spreadable consistency. You don't want it so thin that it runs off the cookie, but you don't want it so thick that you can't spread it around without tearing your cookie up. This looks pretty good, I think. I don't know if you can see that. Just a nice spreading consistency. Not too soft, not too stiff. And feel free to double this recipe if you are making more than one. Let's get our cookie and just start spreading some of this frosting around. And just depending on how thick or thin you like it, some like a lot of frosting and some like just a little bit of frosting for sweetness to offset the tartness of the fruit. You can use a spoon or an offset spatula and just start spreading this around about within 1/4 of an inch of the edge of your cookie. Now I will say, if you're using my sugar cookie dough or a homemade sugar cookie dough, it keeps its shape a little bit better in the oven, especially if you freeze it before you bake it. And if you use the store-bought dough, it will spread a little more. You may want to try freezing it a bit before baking it. But at the end of the day, it's all going to taste delicious. So it just kind of depends on what you have time for, how much of a mess you want to make. And this doesn't have to be circle shape. You could use cookie cutters, do square shape, stars, hearts, anything. So this one recipe will cover, that's like, I'd say a 12-inch round, and then maybe enough for 1 or 2 mini ones. Now I'm going to chill this. I just like it cold, but you're welcome to set it aside or start decorating it immediately. I'm just gonna slice up some fruit. I've got strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, kiwis, have canned pineapple. You can use fresh if you want. I love these, my kids don't, but I love mandarin oranges. So I will drain that fruit really well. And then I will just prep my strawberries. I like to do nice tall slices. Bananas work, they will turn brown quickly, so just be aware of that. You can brush them with some lemon or lime juice to keep them from browning, but then they'll have that lemon or lime juice flavor. Grapes cut in half could work. Blackberries would be delicious. What am I missing? Ooh, mangoes. Oh, mangoes would be so good. But why are mangoes so hard to cut? They're so hard to slice up. Okay, so here's something I learned about kiwi fruit. I used to call them kiwis all the time. That's just what I call them. And then my son went to live in New Zealand. He went there, lived there for about 4 months. And I learned that the natives there are called kiwis, and you call the fruit kiwi fruit. And there's a definite distinction. So since then, I remember we were FaceTiming and he's like, you need to say kiwi fruit. Okay, let's have some fun decorating this pizza. Like I said, this is such a fun one to do with the kids. I'm gonna start with strawberries and we're gonna go around the edge of the pizza. I've done this before in a rectangle and done a flag for a national holiday, 4th of July. I don't know, there's just so many fun ways to decorate these. I like the circles. They're so satisfying to look at and decorate. Okay, let's do the oranges next. Just make sure you dry your fruit off really well because it'll kind of, seep into or bleed into the cream cheese frosting. So you want to get it as dry as you can. It won't affect the taste, but if it sits for a few hours, you'll see some red underneath. Not a big deal. Still tastes great. All right, what should I do next? Kiwi? And like I said, I've done little mini fruit pizzas and given them each to my kids to decorate, one each. And it is a fun activity. Done it with my nieces and nephews too. Really, really fun. What I'm actually gonna do, I think since there's some space up here, I'm gonna put blueberries just kind of in these gaps between the strawberries. And I do wish I had some mango because I think doing the outside with mango would look so good and it just tastes amazing. We'll do raspberries next. Just want to find the prettiest one. Okay, just let it go, Amy, let it go. Okay, pineapple. Let's just arrange these around quickly. Can't see this quite as well. Fresh pineapple would be better because it's more yellow. This is kind of pale, but it's all I had on hand right at the moment, and it still tastes really good. Ooh, a pineapple ring. You know the rings that'd be cute in the center there. Let's finish with a cute little strawberry, flower thing. There. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty? See that? Now I'm gonna make a mini one. I wanna give it to someone. I'm gonna make a mini one just for me with all my favorite fruits because I do wanna bite into one. And you know the great thing about these, if you overbake your sugar cookie, which I kind of did this one just a little bit, as it sits, the cream cheese will soften the cookie a little bit. All right, are y'all gonna think I'm crazy if I tell you I don't love blueberries? I love raspberries, I love kiwi, I love all this stuff. Okay, this one's mine. Messy. Is it on my face? but so, 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 so good. This has been a favorite of mine since I was a little kid. I make it probably once or twice a year. It's a huge family hit. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want to see more content just like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. See ya!